Shalom, and welcome back to Bnei Noach Academy, Thoughts on Torah and Life. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and most importantly, to share this insight and inspiration with friends and family. So we're in the series of prayer for non-Jews, or really prayers for everyone. And we said a lot, but there's still so much more to know. In fact, being that this is connected to the Almighty, to God, inherently, there is no end to the discussion, because God is the ultimate of infinity, and thus anything connected to him goes on and on and on. But still, I guess in the order of our approach to this amazing topic, I think the next question in line really would be, so what do we pray for? What should I ask for? What exactly is the right sequence, the right order of business? So we've discussed the idea that when you open the prayer, of course, you open with extolling God for his greatness. And we mentioned in the last class that really what you're doing is you're evoking that attribute, that manifestation of godliness through that channel of that particular thing, whether it's benevolence, kindness, whatever it is. Okay, but what now? Now I need to ask, what do I ask for? So if I was to borrow from the structure of Jewish prayer, and interestingly, in the Talmud or in Jewish law, when it says prayer without elaborating what part of the prayer, typically prayer is synonymous with that most intimate point of prayer, which is called in Jewish tradition the Amidah. Amidah means literally standing, because it's so intimate. It is such a pinnacle of prayer that one has to actually stand upright in an erect manner, as if one stands in front of the king. Literally, one has to see themselves as if they're standing in front of a mighty king. And obviously, the communication is done with the utmost and most particular diligence and preciseness. So in the structure of the Amidah, if you look in any Jewish prayer book, after the first several blessings, which are actually 3 blessings, which is really like a template, all Amidah begins with that, whether it's a weekday or a Sabbath, or even the holiest day of the year, Yom Kippur. When we go into the phase of prayer in which we, quote, ask for our needs, the very first thing we ask for is wisdom, understanding, and the ability to apply it. In Hebrew, it would be chokhmah, bina, and da'at. English, that would translate into wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Knowledge is really the part of taking the intellect and connecting it, bridging it over into implementation, because otherwise it remains something abstract. And what we're really asking for, and the meaning of this blessing, and why it comes first in place, is because really, if a person doesn't have the proper state of mind, a person doesn't have the proper perspective, then they don't, quote, really know what they really need or what they really want. So the very first thing we need to ask for before we ask for health and wealth and this and time and life, we need to ask for intellect, rationale, the ability to discern and to really, truly, and properly appreciate what we ourselves truly need, what we ourselves really need. That is perhaps the ultimate blessing, because that, in fact, think about it. There are people who might have health and wealth, but they don't have the proper mindset, and therefore they are miserable. They are sad. They don't appreciate life because their minds doesn't allow them to have the true and absolute proper perspective to really appreciate what they have. And therefore it's worthless. Therefore, somebody who's actually impoverished and does not have much, but has an appreciation because their mind is working, they have an appreciation for life and for what they do have, the blessings that they do possess, they may be far more happier than these people who are filthy rich, very healthy, but they don't have the perspective to truly appreciate it. So the first thing we need to ask for is, God, give us brains, make them function well, give us proper rationale, logic, and the ability to discern and to appreciate what we really have.